Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we begin with a Prince of Swords. Now, that's interesting. Now, that's a lot of air energy, right? That could be some indecisiveness. It could be either your indecisiveness or someone else in your life that is kind of on the fence about something, unable to make a decision, kind of waffling, right? Flip-flopping a little bit. Let's put that into some context and see what is going on. There's a Four of Swords. See, again, with this air energy, it's almost like there's a stalemate. There's a bit of an impasse here. Two of Cups, okay. The Devil energy. Oh, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, Ace of Wands, okay. All right. An Eight of Pentacles, a Two of Wands, yeah, Tower. And a Ten of Cups, look at that. The Ten of Cups, that is your picture perfect. That is a life that could not get any better. That is happiness that is the utmost, could not improve in any way. Right? That's a very nice card to end with. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is going to go right here. We'll put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right, let's take a look around here. We have a couple of majors. We have the Devil and the Tower, and that's it. So interesting here. We've got a lot of ambition, a lot of endurance. We're really ready to go, but we're being blocked from really setting off on our adventure, right? Setting off in this work, in whatever this is that you want to do. There's something that we're not decided on, or someone in our life isn't decided on it, and it might be someone in your life. Here's that Two of Wands showing that there's some sort of clash. Right, that there's some sort of power struggle going on. Okay, so we've got the majors. We've got, we got some fire here. Even with this Tower energy, there's a lot of fire. We've got some water, Two of Cups, and a Ten of Cups. We've got our air energy right in the middle, and we've got our good earth energy. So really, kind of what I'm feeling is that you have a plan. You have the desire, the will, the inspiration and motivation, the courage, the confidence to do this work, to set off on this quest, to set off in this new direction, to begin manifesting something, your ultimate picture-perfect happiness, right? Ten of Cups. But you're being blocked by, I think, someone else's indecision, right? Someone else, I kind of feel. Here's the Prince of Swords. Could be an Aquarius person even. I feel like somebody's having some kind of doubts. Somebody's having some second thoughts. Somebody's unsure of something. And it still might be you, but it might be the other person too. And this is really preventing anything from moving forward. We've got the Four of Swords too. A lot of air energy in this cluster. And this is right at the heart of the thing. I feel like you're on a different page than this person. You're operating on a different level. Yeah. That they have doubts, they have uncertainty, but I think you know what you want. You've got a Two of Cups underneath everything. And you've got a 9 of Pentacles up here. You know what you want. You feel it. You feel connected with this. You have this kind of, this certainty in your heart. You know it's going to work. You know it's going to make money. You know it's going to succeed. You know it's going to grow and build and whatever we're doing, right? Because you're trying to get here. And you know this is the way. But this other person in your life, I think, is not sure. You know, they have this, they're trying to protect themselves, I guess, right? We got this 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords basically says, I don't agree with it, so I need to err on the side of caution, and I need to just abstain. It's almost like they don't want to vote, right? So they're on the fence. They're intentionally not deciding. They're not giving an answer. They're not saying yes or no. They're not staying or going, right? They're in this limbo, and they choose to be there. They're, you know, like the UN, right? They're abstaining from the vote. They don't want to land on either side of this issue, so they're staying out of it. Okay? And that's their prerogative. But that is that's putting you in a bit of a pickle, because now it puts you at odds with what you want, right? Maybe this is a spouse, maybe it's a best friend, maybe it's a business partner, maybe it's somebody that you wanted to kind of collaborate with, someone that you wanted to go into business with. I mean, it literally could be a romantic partner, right? But I feel like you have to make a decision to go after your goals without this person. If they're not picking a side here, if they're not making a decision, if they're refusing to make a choice, you're still left with the choice, right? So we've got the devil energy behind us. This is your creative will. This is your ability to find a mountain that you want to climb, and you climb it at any cost. This is that ambition and that endurance. You can find creative ways to get to the summit. You'll do whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. Sometimes this card's a little ruthless. Sometimes this says, hey, if you're not with me, then you're just dead weight. You're dragging me down. Because you're trying to get to the top. You're trying to get to your best life, to your true and perfect happiness, which is your right to do. We've got this 2 of Cups, though, underneath everything. This is the love. This is kind of, this is where we feel torn. We've got a 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands. We're torn. You love yourself. You love your work. You love this path that you've chosen. You love the future, the prospect, the life that you're building. You also love this other person or this other energy. Now, maybe it's not a person. Maybe the one with the indecision is you. Maybe you love 2 things, right? Maybe, maybe we're having the problem deciding if we should go after this goal, if we should climb this mountain, or stay here, right? So all this air energy in here, I think this is really a lot of confusion, and I can't really tell for certain if this is someone else in your life. I kind of think it is. I'm leaning toward it being someone in your life that you wanted to do this with, but for whatever reason, they're kind of choosing to not participate. Yeah. But there's a lot of love there. There's a lot of closeness. There's a connection that you have with this person. But there's also a connection that you have with yourself, with your universe, with your destiny, with your will. Yeah. And so it's hard for you to stay committed to 2 different things. We've got an ace here. You have to choose one. If this person is kind of abstaining from the vote, if they're not willing to pursue this with you, well, there is a choice that's on the table for you. These 2 have to become one. Okay? This is one of those situations, and we don't talk about these very often. Usually it's like, it's kind of a false choice. A lot of the time, We don't really have to choose between one or the other thing. That somehow we can have both, right? But in this case, I feel like you have to put all of your attention into one or the other of these things. This is kind of like you can't go but also stay at the same time. So in that sense, it is very much black and white. Yeah. Up above everything is this 9 of Pentacles. This is the benefit that you see climbing this mountain. This is, you see your life improving, your finances are improving. Maybe you're considering taking a job somewhere else or getting into a different career field, right? Relocating or whatever it might be. Whatever the mountain is, whatever this aspiration is. It has a lot of potential for success, a lot of money, a lot of growth. We have to commit. And now the Ace of Wands in the future position is kind of, it's saying you've got to pick. You've got to commit. I'm almost wondering if the mystery card is going to be the Lover's card. We have to be absolutely unified in our decision. We have to decide what we want and be all in. One-pointed consciousness. Yeah. And I think right now with the 2 of Wands here, we're kind of being split in two different directions. There is a conflict in you, maybe about this other person, or maybe just within you about, a different path that you could take, or if it is a new path versus kind of staying with the same path you're on now. That could be the choice. Let's move over to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I love to see how global our community is here. I really do appreciate all of you, and I love all of you. Okay, so we're over here with the 8 of Pentacles, general energy. This is caution. This is slow, deliberate, meticulous energy. This is you not rushing into anything, okay? But sometimes we could linger here. This is kind of getting lost in these details, getting lost in the memories of the individual kind of sense impressions. That we get lost in the garden, smelling the flowers. We forget that we're on our way somewhere. Yeah. So you have this kind of patience about you. But, and I'm saying this because we've got the Tower energy coming, I feel like your world is about to change very, very quickly. And I think we have to get ready for it. I think we've got to kind of say, okay, now's not really the time to linger and smell the flowers. Now's the time to really get a move on. Start preparing, start, packing your bags, really. Start getting ready for this. Maybe it's a solo climb, okay? And the tarot's never going to tell you what to do. I'm certainly not going to tell you what to do. I'm the last person to give advice. But the idea here is you have these aspirations and these goals, but something is holding you back. Something is anchoring you. Something is seducing you kind of to stay here. Don't go. Yeah. And we see that we're kind of getting worn down. We're getting convinced, right? With the 8 of Pentacles here, we're starting to kind of say, yeah, maybe I should just appreciate what I have now. Yeah. And we should, obviously. Every card has light and shadow. We want to appreciate what we have now. We don't want to make any sudden moves. We don't want to be impulsive or hasty. We don't want to do anything drastic. Right? But I think you have already given a lot of thought to this. And this mountain here, this is, I think, very important to you. You feel this very strongly. Now we've got that Two of Wands in the environment. There's a conflict. There's a clash. It's like you're trying to wake up, but everything around you is trying to get you to go back to sleep. We're wrestling with it. We're struggling to wake up. It's like when you're trying to keep your eyes open, right? But you can't. Your eyes just want to close. Sometimes you got to shake yourself awake, right? Roll the window down, get some cool air. That sort of thing. But the Tower next. The Tower's really, this is the card that we don't want. This is the obstacle. And what we don't want is to, well, drastically upset our lives. This is a lot of disruption here. This is a lot of collateral damage. This is saying that depending on what you do, you might really be upsetting the kind of harmony and balanced life that maybe we feel with the Eight of Pentacles. The Four, the stability that we got with the Four of Swords. But the Four of Swords is sometimes a false stability. This is us trying to convince ourselves that everything is perfect the way it is. But this is an illusion. It's a castle in the air, right? And the Tower is kind of bringing that down. The Tower is sometimes a necessary disruption, right? And try as we might to avoid collateral damage, we think about how our decisions and actions affect other people. We have to, right? It's part of the air energy. Everything is connected. Every decision you make ripples out and affects the entire universe. It affects those things closest to you the most, right? It's kind of inversely proportional, or maybe it's directly proportional. I don't know, I forget. It loses force as it ripples out. It's strongest when it's very close, but then as it ripples further and further, it diminishes in its intensity, okay? So your decision is going to affect those people that are nearest to you first. And then it's going to, that influence will fizzle out. But to those people closest to you, it might seem like you're really disrupting things, that you're really just ripping the rug out from underneath everyone's life, right? And we try to avoid that in life. But at the same time, we can't sacrifice our own goals, our own happiness, our own aspirations, just for the sake of not offending anyone. Where's the balance there, How do we find the proper proportion of that? Well, the Tower is sometimes that necessary disruption to open our eyes, to get our eyes open. See that eye at the top is open. We're awake. We're awake now, and we're speaking our truth, even if those people in our lives don't like it. We don't want to offend anyone. We have nothing but love in our heart. This is the only water energy we have in the reading, the Two of Cups. You're all about love. You're not trying to disturb people's lives or their routine or their sense of normalcy. So we avoid this. This is the card we don't want, but it's the card we need. We need to wake up. We need to speak our truth, because you deserve the shot of getting to the top of the mountain. You deserve the chance to get your 10 of Cups. This is picture perfect happiness. And maybe you won't attain this, but it's your right to pursue it. It's your duty almost to yourself. Okay? This is that picture perfect happiness. So I think that Tower moment is kind of it's unavoidable, I think, right? Let's look at the mystery card. Let's see what this might give us. Maybe some more water energy. I don't know. I don't have much of a prediction on this. I don't really want to speculate. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I don't know what this could be. I kind of want to see some gentle, harmonious water energy. A 3, a 6, a 9, or a 10, But maybe we need some fire. Maybe we need strength. Maybe we need a 9 of Wands. Well, I think we need a 9 of something, anyway. Hopefully not a 9 of swords, though. Let's see what we have. Oh, we got a 10. Okay. 10 of wands. This is all right, because this is now, we have that ace and we've got the 10, right? We've got the beginning and the end. Sometimes with the 10, I like to look at the 10 as being the base of the mountain, right? And the first step is going to be the most difficult. The first step feels like a really big burden. It feels like you've got all this weight. When you first start out, you've got this whole thing. But as you climb higher, as you ascend, it gets easier and easier because the path gets more and more narrow, right? There's less and less kind of room for movement, for choice, right? We get closer to our ace, closer to our goal, to the summit, right? That it gets easier and easier. But I think this is talking about that first step being the most difficult, feeling the most heavy. Yeah. But I think this is a good confirmation. And I think this is letting you know what to expect, that you're on the right path. But that first step may not feel like it. It may feel like, this is heavy. Yeah. But you're doing the right thing. And now we're going to do the extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that's either above, in the corner there should be a link, or down below in the video description. Okay. New readings for Libra every Wednesday and Saturday, but I'm here every day. You can come back, see me again tomorrow. We could talk. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave me a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling. Go check out my wife's channel. She does tea leaf readings over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. And her readings are marvelous. Her readings and my readings tend to complement each other very well, even though we don't collaborate. There's always a kind of resonance and harmony, and she does readings for every sign as well. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.